Okay, Jake.
You're in the truck now.
Shot came from the loading platform. I'll look after Foster. You get ready.
They're getting away in the car, but we're going after them.
No. One of you stay here and watch the warehouse.
Yes, sir.
Where were you when this started, Raymond?
I found one of their guards tied up a few moments ago. I tried to call the police, but the line was out of order.
Strange. I've had trouble with mine, too.
They must have put the switchboard out of commission, but I can still use the radio.
What happened, my boy?
I had just taken the jewels out of the truck and was about to... They're gone!
You mean the jewels?
Yes, I had them in the belt just before the Shadow's men attacked me.
And they got away with them. Foster, you should have let me have the jewels in the first place. This never would have happened.
What happened, sir?
Well, you ought to know.
No. I was sitting here working on my puzzle. I was just about getting it when something hit me. Gee, I hope they didn't bust my puzzle.
Well, never mind that now. Go get police headquarters on the radio. Tell them the warehouse has been attacked again.
I can't get a thing. It's dead.
Where's Steinbeck?
Oh, you mean Mr. Steinbeck?
Yes.
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was in his research room.
I suppose you don't know that Sparks has been hit in the head and tied up, and that your radio's been put out of commission.
I'm in the midst of an important experiment.
Never mind about that. Go fix that radio and call the police.
Mr. Bradley's the only one who can give me orders around here.
We'll see about that. Stop where you are.
Where are those jewels?
We didn't get them.
You're lying, young. Come clean or you'll never get away from here alive. I lifted those jewels in the first place, and I mean to get them back.
Oh, Mr. Bradley, we'd better organize a thorough search. I've checked up with the guard, and one of the Shadow's men didn't get away.
Not likely any of them would hang around here after getting away with the jewels.
But I'm sure...
I have to leave at once. Well, then I'll walk out to the car with you. Supposing your gang does get the jewels, you'll have to turn them over to the Shadow. Do as I say, and we split 50-50.
What a chance. Everyone who has double-crossed him has been mysteriously killed. And the worst of it is, none of us know who Shadow is.
Well, I know. Who is he? Professor Strange. And I can prove it. And you haven't received any message from your mysterious chief since Strang was arrested for murdering the Countess, have you?
No. I believe you were right. Certainly does look like he's the Whispering Shadow.
Of course I'm right. We better get out of here.
Now you're gonna tell me who the Whispering Shadow is, or... It's Strange.
They released Strang from jail this morning.
Well, what's the difference? We'll get the jewels and be out of the country.
Not me. Strang's the Shadow. I don't dare double-cross him now that he's free.
Well, tell me who has the jewels and I'll get them.
If the Shadow finds out that I'm even working with you, it will be the finish for me. I've got to get back to the rookery.
All right. If the Shadow's up there now, you'll be absolutely convinced that it's Strang, won't you?
Yes.
And then if Strang should happen to be found dead, you'll have no one to be afraid of, except me.
I'll let you know what happens at the rookery.
How did you get out?
They released me. The body of my supposed victim mysteriously disappeared, so they can't prove that the murder was committed.
Father, what are you going to do?
I'm going to get the jewels from Foster.
You're not going to harm him.
Not unless I have to. But you realize those jewels mean more to me than life itself.
Has there been any message from the Shadow?
Not yet.
We'll be lucky if he doesn't kill us all. We're leaving the warehouse without the jewels.
What happened to you last night? Why, I was nearly captured in the warehouse, and
What excuse have you this time? Well, speak up.
The warehouse was too well guarded.
We got Foster, but before we could get the jewels from him,
Where's your father? Oh, never mind. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Why, Jack.
There's no use trying to play innocent. Your father is the Whispering Shadow, and you're working with him.
How dare you make such an accusation?
You're the only one that knew I went to the warehouse last night. And when I got there, the Shadow's men were lying in wait for me.
Did they get the jewels?
You know very well they got the jewels. And by this time, they've turned them over to your father. I'm going to get them and prove your father is the Whispering Shadow.
There's someone snooping around the side of the house. You two go out the back way, while you and I will sneak out the front, and we'll surround them.
We've got him. Mitchell is tying him up in the next room. It's Strang.
Did you tie him tight?
He'll never get away.
Gentlemen, the Whispering Shadow's power over us is ended. We have him here in the flesh, and we can put an end to him forever.
We'd all like to be free from the power of the Shadow, but look what happened to Kruger and the Countess. The Shadow made quick work of them.
Yeah, he wasn't a prisoner then.
You don't realize the power of the Shadow. This is suicide. police couldn't do anything. He even got away from them.
Well, this is one thing the whispering shadow can't get away from.
Drop that gun, you fool. You'll never get the shadow.
Whispering shadow.
Poison gas! Poison gas!
How did you get in there?
Is Strang still in there?
No. He escaped through the secret panel, into the hallway.
We've got to get him now. Stop, or I'll shoot. Drop that gun. Get over there, my boy. Strang's a shadow, all right, or he couldn't have gotten out of that room. Don't you see we're all doomed? Letting young double-cross the shadow? we can square ourselves with the shadow by taking care of these two. Don't shoot. Wait. We warned you not to double-cross the shadow.
Turn around, smart guys. Drop those guns. Get there hard way, young. I'll get over there, Foster. Now keep your faces glued to that wall if you know what's good for you. You too, Foster.
Like on!
The only way Strang can harm anybody is with his radio death ray.
I threw my radio disc away. But you can't escape that man. He's a monster.
Monster, huh? And why hasn't he killed me? I give him plenty of reasons to that time out at Jerome's. When I had Jerome in a corner and... I know the jewels were in that bag. You tell me where you hid him, or... I'm not wasting any more time on you, Jerome. You'll tell me. Not a peep out of you. Fire!
Never mind me. He has got the jewels.
Turned out that Jerome tricked us both. If Strang is as powerful as you think he is, wouldn't he have finished me off after that? You've nothing to be afraid of.
All right. I'll get the jewels, if you'll trail along behind me.
And if Strang shows up, it'll be just too bad for him.
Oh, Father, I've been worried about you. Where have you been?
I went to the rookery.
Father, everyone's beginning to believe that you are the whispering shadow.
Now I suppose you are beginning to suspect me.
No, I'm not. But Jack Foster said...
Foster! Well, let me tell you, that young man has interfered with my plans for the last time.
Wait!
You must act at once. Young is on his way to get the jewels. Bradley has them at the warehouse. And if Jack Foster interferes, stop at nothing to get rid of him.
Yes, Mr. Jerome, I will get him right away. Calling truck 42. Calling truck 42. Hello, Tom. Say, Mr. Jerome wants to know if you can...
What's the trouble?
I don't know. He must be dead.
Where's Steinbeck?
He's in his research room.
Now what have you done, Steinbeck? You better get back in there and fix this radio.
What have I done? If you'd stay out of this radio room, we might not have so much trouble.
I've had enough of your insults, Steinbeck. I'm going to take this up with Mr. Bradley at once. This isn't the first time this has happened.
Aren't you letting your personal feelings sway you, Jerome?
Not at all. I just questioned Sparks, and he told me that on the night the Shadow's men attacked the warehouse, he was in the radio room and...
Check in at Portland for transshipment. Okay, 34, that is all. Calling truck 42. Calling truck 42. Hey, boss! He's gone dead again.
I thought I told you not to interrupt me.
What is that same interference? The whispering shadow. Shall I call Mr. Raymond?
No use alarming anybody until we are sure. Sounds to me like trouble with the aerial. Get up on the roof and take a look at it.
Yes, sir.
And don't go locking yourself out on the roof again.
Everything's working as planned. The door's open.
Don't you see? Steinbeck arranged all this so that the Shadow's men could get into the warehouse and steal the jewels. They would have got away with them, too, if it hadn't been for Jack Foster. I tell you, Steinbeck is either the Whispering Shadow or he's working with him.
Well, there may be something in what you say, Jerome. I'll investigate Steinbeck.
You'll find out that I was right.
Hello?
I've got to see Mr. Foster right away.
Mr. Foster's not in. We expect him back. Would you care to wait?
No. I'll come back. Can you tell me where Mr. Bradley's office is?
Go straight down the corridor and turn to your right. His name is on the door.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be right down.
Don't make a sound, Bradley. You're taking me back to your office.
What do you want?
I'll relieve you of those jewels now, Bradley.
I haven't any jewels. Unless you mean...
You know what I mean. I saw you take those jewels from Foster after we knocked him cold. Where are they?
In a safe deposit vault. In the security trust.
Then I'll trouble you for the key. Now, write an order to the trust company saying that you're sending me to get something out of the box for you. It's no use, Bradley. You're licked and you know it. Now turn around. This is just to make sure that you don't call for help after I leave. Now put your hands behind your back.
I'll take a chance through the main entrance. You two slip up that fire escape.
Now get over to that closet. Well, well, the Whispering Shadow's daughter.
My father is not the Whispering Shadow.
Oh, no? Well, we'll see if he tries to do anything to me while you're with me. Get in there, Bradley. That's not the way out. We're leaving by the fire escape.
You are mistaken, young. You are not going to leave this building alive.
You can't kill me with your death ray because the radio disc isn't on.
I have other ways of dealing with traitors.
I've got your daughter here, and if... Get out onto the fire escape. We'll have to go out through the hall. Don't try any of your tricks. Get your father on the phone. I'm not going to let him get away with this. Is there anyone here looking for me?
Yes, a young lady. I think she's gone to Mr. Bradley's office.
There's no answer.
Stop. If you pass through that window, you sign the death warrant of the Shadow's daughter.
Let's call his bluff.
Stop. If you pass through that window, you sign the death warrant of the Shadow's daughter.
Let's call his bluff.
Where'd that shot come from? Why, it's Bradley's office.
What happened to the girl?
What girl?
Why, miss, I thought there was a girl in the room when I came in. I'd better get a doctor.
The paper is of no use without the key of the safe deposit box.
I don't know who got the key.
I'll find out. Our mission must succeed. Once we get that key, the Imperial jewels will be ours.
Telegram. Sign it, please. You got that paper and key from Young, and I want him. Give me that key, or I'll...
There, daughter. There's nothing to worry about. I'll...
Another of your little, accidents, eh, Professor Strang? Don't close the panel on my account, Professor Strang. What would the police say to a second mysterious death by electricity in your waxwork?
It was an accident. My father didn't.
Ah, my dear girl, I said it was an accident.
Come to the point, Steinbeck. What do you want?
Just what Slate wanted. The order to the trust company and the key you got from Bradley's office tonight.
I didn't get the key.
Ah, so Slade got it. That's why you killed him.
No,
Never mind that. You have the order. Give it to me.
Is this another one of your experiments, Mr. Steinbeck?
I just found him like this. I didn't kill him. Why should I?
I say you killed him. But he seems to have something you want. Why are you searching his pockets? Not answering, huh? Looks pretty bad for you, Steinbeck.
Strang and his daughter. They're around here somewhere.
Then we shouldn't have any trouble finding them. Now you go first. Yeah?
Is Miss Strang there? I must speak to her.
What's the trouble, Foster? This is Raymond speaking.
Raymond? Come over to the warehouse at once. Bradley has just been murdered. Bradley murdered?
Oh, the Whispering Shadow? I'll be right over. You don't seem much surprised at Bradley's death, Steinbeck. You're a fast worker. Get going!
Father, where are you going?
To the warehouse. Jerome must have the key.
Oh, but Father, the police will be here to investigate Slade's death.
You come with me. No one knows we were here at all, except Steinbeck, and he is under suspicion. Come.
But a murder has been committed, Mr. Jerome. We ought to call the police.
Not yet. I'm the head of this company now that Mr. Bradley is dead. When it's time to call the police, I'll do it.
But the Whispering Shadow killed my brother and...
Slow, Foster. You bungled enough when you blabbed about the murder to Detective Raymond. Come in. Good work, Raymond. I always suspected it was Steinbeck. Did you get a confession from him?
Never mind that now. Where's the... Oh. How was he killed?
The death ray. We found this on him.
Where were you when you let him have it? In Strang's radio room or in your own room?
I told Bradley repeatedly that he was the Whispering Shadow. You'll not get out of it so easily this time, Steinbeck.
Answer it.
Hello? Foster speaking. Yes, he's here now. It's Sparks in the radio room. Calling for Steinbeck.
Find out what he wants.
Give me the message, Sparks. Tell him that code call of his keeps on sounding in his private room.
A code call, eh?
It was a code message we caught him receiving the night the shadow struck.
Come on, you're going to answer that call.
Wait for me here.
But Father, you'll be in danger. Let me go with you.
Do as I say.
Open it. Answer it. Take it down.
Don't trust him. Sparks,
Come in here, quick. Hurry up.
Can you read that?
I got the letter, but it's cold. I don't understand it.
Take it down. You decoded the other message, Raymond. What does this one say?
There's only the last part of the message here. It says, murder of Bradley a mistake. Put power in hands of Jerome. Signed, the Red Circle.
That proves that Steinbeck killed Mr. Bradley.
I didn't kill him. You only heard half the message. I'll tell you the truth. I am an agent of the Revolutionary Party of...
I know that. What about this?
Don't you understand? Jerome is the whispering shadow. He killed Bradley to get the jewels.
What good was that doing? The jewels are in the bank vault. No one can touch them up Mr. Bradley's written order.
That's just it. The shadow forced Mr. Bradley to write such an order and give up the key to the safe deposit box.
The shadow! Attention! The shadow commands. My enemies are in the radio room. Get them. It's your last chance.
It's Steinbeck. Don't let him get away.
Turn on the lights!
He's gone. There he is.
Sparks! What happened? Somebody threw that coat over my head and knocked me down.
It was Steinbeck. The roof.
I'll search the loft.
Father, we must get away.
Not without the key. At last, my mission will soon be accomplished. Now's our chance.
Not so fast. Give me that paper and the key.
Stop where you are! Come quick, Raymond! Get the shadow!
Father. We must get away.
Not without the key. At last, my mission will soon be accomplished. Now's our chance.
Not so fast. Give me that paper and the key.
Stop where you are! Bela!
My child.
I'm all right, Father.
Come quick, Raymond! I've got the shadow! You got him! Never mind him! The shadow needs us!
Put him up, all of you. Line up there. Face the wall. The Shadow's whole gang, boys. Pick up their guns.
Professor Strang, I want to apologize for suspecting you of being the Whispering Shadow.
Look here, Foster. I thought you said you had the Shadow.
He got away.
Which way did he go?
Oh, don't worry about that. He'll be back. He won't leave without making another attempt to get this.
What is that?
The key to the safe deposit box containing the jewels.
Mr. Foster, you hold in your hand the fate of my country.
You may not be the Whispering Shadow, Strang, but you've a lot to explain.
That is just what I intend to do, Mr. Raymond. I'm the foreign minister of the Federated Baltic States. The crown jewels, the Whispering Shadows trying to get, were entrusted to me to bring to America as security for a loan. The escaped convict Slade stole them from me and hid them here in this warehouse.
I suppose you can prove your identity? Your Excellency, why didn't you tell us all this before, instead of allowing us to believe that you were the Whispering Shadow?
Because the resulting publicity might have bankrupted my country.
I heard shooting, Chief, and grabbed this man trying to make his getaway.
Now maybe you'll believe that Steinbeck is the Whispering Shadow. I found these things in the receiving room just after he ran out.
What about this, Steinbeck?
I told you I was a special agent sent here by my country to stop the loan Strang was trying to make. I'm not the Shadow. I never saw that cape before.
How do we know these things don't belong to you, Mr. Gerald? You attacked me right here and tried to get the order for the jewels.
Is that right, Jerome?
Yes, I did. I feel that I have a right to those jewels.
You have a right to the imperial jewels? What right?
By right of inheritance. I'll tell you who I really am, even though it puts my life in danger. I am the only survivor of the House of Baltinoff. The jewels were confiscated from us by the New Republic.
You mean you are the exiled Prince Alexander?
Yes. I was in this country when the revolution occurred. Fearful for my life, I took an assumed name. I bought an interest in the storage company to help me locate the jewels, which I knew were hidden in the warehouse.
Has anybody seen my puzzle? Oh, there it is.
I've never known you to lose your puzzle before, Sparks.
No, and it won't happen again.
Mr. Jerome, both you and Steinbeck have explained your motive. But there's nothing to prove that one of you isn't the Whispering Shadow.
Hey, what's the idea? Don't do that, Mr. Foster.
Say, Foster, what's come over you?
You hold him and I'll show you. I just found this in my pocket.
The Shadow's death disk.
How did it get there?
Never mind that now.
Watch. Watch that disc.
Oh!
So that's where the death ray came from. Foster, how did you figure it was this machine?
Miss Strang really put me on the right trail.
I?
Yes. Although you didn't suspect the right man at the time, remember you told me you and your father...
There's nobody here.
Wait. Can I turn on the translucent ray?
Mr. Jarvis.
You recognize him?
Yes. He's secretary to Mr. Bradley, president of the storage company.
I'll put an end to his spying.
Oh, Father, wait.
You were right. It is best not to let him know we suspect him. Follow him quickly.
At that time, Miss Strang and I thought that Mr. Jerome was the Whispering Shadow.
Game's up, Jerome. You're coming to the boss's office with me.
You have interfered with me for the last time.
What's going on here?
Well, what's happened to you, Foster?
Why, the Whispering Shadow just tried to kill me.
What?
How?
With this electric disc.
I've seen one of these things before.
When?
The night the Shadow killed one of his own men at police headquarters. How did this get here, Foster?
I found it in Mr. Jerome's office.
What? Jerome's office?
Yes, that's why I'm here. I tried to prevent Mr. Jerome from giving the jewels to the Whispering Shadow.
Foster is lying, covering Shadow. I would have trapped the Shadow if he and the girl hadn't interfered.
Girl? What girl?
Strang's daughter. Strang is the Whispering Shadow, and Foster is working for him.
Is this true, Foster? Has Miss Strang been here with you?
Well,
I can answer that. Foster and Miss Strang were both snooping around Mr. Jerome's office, and I just saw her running away with a package under her arm.
So you're in on this too,
Oh,
eh?
just a minute, Foster. What else did you see, Jarvis?
I saw Foster attack Mr. Jerome.
If you were close enough to see that, how do we know you didn't take the jewels?
And And just before the explosion, I saw him throw that death disc at Mr. Jerome.
Get the lights. That's enough, Foster. I arrest you as an agent of the Whispering Shadow.
I'll make you pay for this, Jarvis.
Come on. You're only making things worse for yourself.
Well, where are the jewels?
I didn't get them.
Don't try any tricks on me. I know you've got them.
I tell you I didn't. The girl, she was...
What makes you think you can double-cross me?
Don't shoot, Steinbeck. I tell you...
Mr. Steinbeck! Mr. Steinbeck! You are wanted on the phone.
All right, I'll be there. You heard me.
Yes, sir. Say, Mr. Jarvis, maybe you can help me solve this puzzle.
Why, sure, Sparks. I'm a wizard at that. Here, let me show you.
This is the shipment they want to check.
I'll see you later, Jarvis.
You see, Mr. Jarvis, the idea is to get that first ring over that wire there. See that? Say, I thought...
Oh, gee.
When Miss Strang told me that, I felt sure it was Sparks that had planted the death disc in Mr. Jerome's office.
How can you kill at a distance with a broadcasting current? It's impossible.
It wasn't a broadcasting current. That's what did it.
Sparks puzzle.
Yes, a harmless-looking toy. But you just saw it transform a broadcast wave into a death ray.
Then Sparks is the Whispering Shadow.
You see, Sparks, we have you dead to rights. But how did you happen to conceive such a crazy scheme?
Crazy. I'm a great radio genius. I invented the most deadly machine ever known. The death ray. All I needed was wealth to make me the most powerful man in the world. That's why I wanted the jewels that were hidden in this warehouse.
But how were you able to project the shadow and the whispering voice?
Well, I suppose I might as well show you. Give me that cape and hat.
Jerome.
You fools, you'll never catch the Whispering Shadow.
Something's happened to the phone.
Stand back, all of you.
Jack, what are you going to do?
We can't let the shadow get away.
Oh!
Would you have cared very much